Hello boys and girls, this is Fabio Stein speaking and welcoming all of you to another tutorial here at BK's Tips and Tricks on Facebook. For those who are not familiar with my music, feel free to check out my MySpace page at www.myspace.com/Fabio Stein. So today we're gonna talk about mashups. A mashup is simply a track created by mixing up several parts and elements of two or more tracks. This is a very simple task if you have the right tools for it. Ableton Live is the perfect tool for mashups because of its very simple workspace and very practical control over samples and loops. So today we're going to use BK and Lee Haslam's latest track called Bang to Rights, and one of my latest collaborations with Claudia Casaco called Kazakhstan. The first step is to add both tracks to the session. So just go look for them and Kazakhstan and Bang to Rights. Done. Then we're going to warp them. Just switch on the warp. Select the clip, switch on the warp, and set the first beat like this. Stretch the warp point so they fade to the grid. It's a visual job. If you get the hang of it, it's just as simple as dragging and dropping points. And once you think you're done, you can always double check the result, switching on the metronome and whoops, mute all the other channels, of course, and have a listen. The metronome. So Kazakhstan is ready. Now it's time for Bang to Rights. As you noticed before, it's Bang to Rights is absolutely out of the grid. So we just warp it, and if you already know the BPM of the track, the exact BPM of the track, you can just type it in. We know it's 140, and once you typed it in, you just set the first beat and make sure that the last beats are in the right place. And yes, they are. Then, of course, you double check. Metronome on. There you go. They're in time. And if we listen to both of them together, sounds a bit messy, but at least they're beat matched. Okay, so for this mashup, we're going to use Bang to Rights as it is. We're going to use the whole track, and we're going to cut just a few parts out of Kazakhstan and use them in several parts of the mashup. So now we want to make sure that the both tracks, they're also matching tone-wise, because we have a lot of melodic parts on both tracks, and we want both of them to work together. So the best way, the best place to check this out is probably the breakdown, which coincidentally they're both in the same place, so we don't have to drag and drop anything. We just let's switch off the metronome and let's hear how they both behave. Now this doesn't really sound right. So since we're going to use Bank to Rights as the base, we're going to tweak the tone, transposing the tone of Kazakhstan. So we just play back and play around with this until it sounds right. Of course, you don't want to. If you have to go too far with the transpose, it won't sound that good for many reasons. So let's see if it's if we can have a good result. Let's try going down. I think we have a match.